Steve's on there rambling away and nobody even knows. Oh, I never hit enter. Steve, and no one even knows it. Oh, you're good. Go.
All right. I'm hearing that we are live now. Chuck, you want to talk? See if we can ask if anybody can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear us. I got the stream running.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute it though.
Okay.
So be coming through on our end.
Right. Well, we'll get more people in here, and then we'll start a jibber jabbering. So we were talking just a few minutes ago about monster stuff, and I was planning on talking a little bit about monsters today, but we may hold off on that because we're trying to work out some ways of doing it, and we may ask the community. I don't know. It depends on if we get anybody in here or not that might be able to give us some feedback. Hey, Wayne, how's it going?
What's up, Wayne? Hey, Wayne. Tim, when do you want to talk with Steve? Will that be later?
Yes.
Call me after the show, Wayne.
Yeah, I talked to Steve a little bit ago, and he said it would probably be later today or tomorrow.
Fine. The only difference is I need to run on the way there to get him. They text me. They're actually he's going to work 4:30 close, so I will run out with him to work around 4:15. That's all.
Yeah, well, this certainly shouldn't last that long. Hey, can you change the title over there from the...
Jesus. See how you do me? You could...
I could have done it, but you were taking care of things. All I wanted to do was get started.
Hold on.
I've got a little bit of a lag,
man. Bro, you are a piece of work. You know that?
Are you going to get that in there? Or?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Holy smokes.
Well, folks, thanks for coming in. I'm the Steve. What he called me a little bit ago, the vagabond troll. I am.
You a vagrant troll.
I am a vagrant. Yeah, that's probably more accurate. I'm actually in Steve and mine's friend Kenneth's house, streaming. It's a little bit closer than where I am, and I have to go away this weekend, so I didn't want to make the long trip down to Little Rock and back. So I decided to do it at Kenneth's, and that's only about an hour and a half drive. So until I get back to Maine and I have full, fast streams, you may never know where I'll show up. It may be the McDonald's parking lot some days, but we are here now, and we're going to be setting up here for a few seconds, and then we're going to start talking about World Anvil, and I'll take people through what we've been working on, what everybody else has been working on, some of the plans for what we hope to do, show you some progress that we've made. We did a major change on the layout. Hey, Chantel, how you doing? And that will become evident, but I want people's information and input and feedback on the way we have it laid out. I'm a little worried that it won't be automatically necessary or not obvious in the way we have it set up. Chuck, did you get that changed?
I'm working on it. They have a limit to their characters as well. These damn...
You could just put World Anvil Talk number 2 and be done with it.
Nah, I didn't. I'm not even giving these on Troll Talk stuff. I'm not giving them any episodes.
Okay.
Like I do on the other stuff, because it's just going to be. I make sure I put keywords in there.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to find something just for World Anvil's in there.
Okay.
Use hashtags.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Douglas?
Oh, hey, man, how's it going?
He was by last night watching me do my crazy role play.
Was he? Okay, so what kind of feedback are you getting? Echoing. All right, so we need to figure out where that's coming from.
Hold on. It's okay. Let me do something real quick. Keep talking, Steve. Wayne, tell me if it goes away.
Okay, I'll keep talking, but I'm not Steve. I'm actually Tim, so that really helps when I do that. So yeah, let me know if you're getting any more feedback. I finally was able to figure out it only comes when Chuck talks. Well, that's a problem in and of itself when Chuck talks. Are you going to put on some mic?
Yeah, I just wonder why this doesn't happen with Steve. That's all.
Well, you're Skyping in, right? When you do that with him, so yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah, I know headsets, dude. I just cannot. I have tried and tried and tried to
Wait,
do.
is it only when I talk, or is it not doing it when Tim's talking? If it's causing Tim, it's not on me. It's on you. But I don't know why it would matter.
Only when you talk. And Douglas is saying he's not getting feedback. Correct. It's only when Chuck talks.
Let me see. I'm gonna turn my phone on and listen. Should have done that anyway.
Okay.
Because we need to figure this out for next time too.
Right. So. Well, as I was saying, Skype and Twitch needed an NDI plugin set up. That's why it used to be you could do it without having to have that, but for some reason I had to set up the plugin on here.
I'm waiting on a stupid ass ad. Hold on a minute. They gotta make their money.
Yeah. But we were able to get it out, and so now we get to have Chuck on here.
This out for next time too.
Right. Well, as I was saying, Skype and Twitch loop back from Tim's speakers. Let me make sure I have. I do have Twitch up here, so let me make sure that I don't have. No, that's muted. But we were able to get it out, so now we get to have Chuck on here.
Tim. Okay, so I'm going to talk right now for just a moment. I'm going to yep, sounds like Tim's on delay. Okay. Tim. Yeah, Tim, you're definitely repeating. It's not me.
Okay, how do I?
Sounds like the whole stream's repeating, honestly.
Okay, I have it off there. I don't have the. I'm not hearing it through my speakers. I've got you, but maybe I need to mute you, and I hear you through the thing.
Are you listening through? How are you hearing me through? You hearing me through the speakers?
Yeah.
Do you have me muted in you got me as a video source, right?
Yeah.
On OBS.
Let me ask, can anybody hear me now?
I can't hear you at all now. You're muted.
I'm muted.
Yeah, you're muted. You
can hear me now, correct?
I can hear you now.
All right, I'm going to turn down my speaker.
Yeah, that's probably what it is if you're using a speaker.
But then I can't hear you. Or though, okay, what I will do is I'll turn this down. No, I can't do that. I can mute. I can. Hold on. I swear we'll figure this out, guys. I can. Okay. I swear we'll figure this out. Now, what I've done is I've turned off my mute to him. You can't hear me. Interesting. Okay. Now, what I've done is I've turned off my mute to him. You can't hear me. Interesting. If I could, can you mute yourself to me?
I mean.
Can you mute yourself to me? And I'll talk.
So I just heard you repeat. It's coming through his speakers. I think is the problem.
Well, I have to have. I have to have my speakers on to hear you talk.
It's coming through his speakers. I think is the problem.
Well, I have to have.
And you check to make sure that the
now
web
my
page
speakers are off.
Okay. Can you hear me? No, you shouldn't be able to hear me. Yeah, I know, but these are old school guys.
I can't hear Chuck anymore.
That's what I'm wondering, Mac. Can you? Am I sounding okay, guys? Am I sounding okay with Tim being muted?
See, hold on. I can't hear a damn thing. So.
Can you? Am I sounding okay, guys? Am I sounding okay with Tim being muted?
See, hold on. I can't hear them.
Now you're going to hear that. Now you're going to hear that. So Tim, do you have the web page muted?
Can be muted. See, hold on. I can't hear. I do now.
Oh, that's the whole problem. Okay, so you had the web page turned on?
Not the whole time.
Yeah, it needs to be muted at all times.
Okay.
You should be hearing me through Skype.
I hear you through Skype. Now, how is everybody hearing us at the moment? See, it loops again. Oh, Tim sounds good. Now how about Chuck?
No, I'm gonna sound weird because it's got to do with the input. You're getting me twice.
So how do we fix that?
Because I don't know how you got it set up on your end.
Well, I've got the video source as. Let me go to OBS.
Can you mute the video source?
Let me see.
So do me a favor. Okay, when I talk, I want you to look on OBS, and you should see one of the LEDs lines out there that pumps my voice. I want you to mute that and see what happens.
Okay, I just did that.
All right, let's see if everybody can hear me now. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you, yes.
Okay. All right, let's see if it changed. Steve, thanks for watching, buddy. Steve's looking too.
Oh, good.
No, I'm serious. Can you guys hear me twice again, or does it stop? Because he did mute me on OBS. Because I'm wondering if maybe it was bringing the audio in through it.
Well, I thought that too.
You still hear me twice? I don't have no idea why it would matter with me.
Now, if you mute me from you but talk, will that help?
No, because it's me that's coming through twice. Wait, now they're saying yay. Now they're saying that fixes it.
Okay, so the
stream's just delayed a little bit.
We've got a delay. Now, do I have that set up on here to delay because I'm usually having a slow thing, or is there something that
It's just the internet.
It's just the internet. Okay, so.
I mean, there's some things you can do eventually to fix that, but it won't matter that much.
Okay.
Looks like we're only off by just a few seconds, so it's not that big a deal.
All right, good deal. So yeah, I'm trying not to watch the stream itself. I'm just watching.
Douglas, that's his internet over there. Has nothing to do with me.
What was he saying?
I'm just not synced up. It'll change.
Okay.
Over time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I should be on high-speed internet now, which is much different than I normally am. That's for sure.
He says it's delayed badly.
Huh. And that's weird. You're logged in. You're coming in now. This isn't. Let me check this NDI source one more time. Bandwidth highest is what I have set. Sync, network, internal, or source timing. And then I have allow hardware acceleration, fixed alpha blending, partial YUV. I don't know what any of that crap means. Latency mode is normal.
You're all a bunch of characters, you know that?
Yeah, we appreciate your patience with us. But now Moondog's saying he's not delayed for either of us. This is just madness. How about we proceed and we hope that it works.
All right, so I checked the stream on the phone, and I am delayed a little bit, just enough to where whatever. But I don't know what else to tell you. It's got to do with bandwidth and shit, you know.
Well, this should be as good as Steve's.
My
Steve,
shit's good.
Yeah.
I've been streaming for 8 years, punks. No, but I mean, you know, he's in a new house. It's a different type of internet. I mean, there's always variables in this shit.
Yeah.
And it may straighten up.
It may.
He might be able to stop the stream and actually restart it and catch up and be fine. You just don't know.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to proceed.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, I'll cut my ramble short. Basically, I'm at Kenneth's house, streaming from here. We're going to cover World Anvil today. Tomorrow, we are doing Tricks of the Trade at 8 p.m. Central. Is that correct, Chuck?
That is correct.
All right, so that's a new time. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a whole lot of people coming in and checking that out. And maybe are you?
It's chat, I guess. I don't know. I don't
know. All right, so let's without further ado, let's just hop right into here, and we'll do some catching up later if we need to with other things. So now I'm now looking over at my screen, so I can show you guys where we are. Can you see the screen okay? Can you see it moving? Anyone? I'm assuming it's working.
Oh, yeah, it's working. Sorry, I thought you said something. I was watching you do it.
That's okay. Thank you, Chuck.
Yeah.
All right, good. So now everybody can see that. All right, so this is basically where we are with the layout right now. This is one of their templates. Now, unless you're an owner of the world, you can't mess with this, but let me show you exactly what they have. Some built-in templates. So right now we are using, I think, the Great Grandmaster, and we've tried a few others. You can choose all these, like Bright Fantasy looks like that, and so basically it's all sort of embedded CSS, and that screwed up one of Wayne's things. So I'm trying to leave it with one until we decide to make our own. But to give you an idea, we will probably take advantage of our own limited CSS skills and create our own. So we'll have a different backdrop, different background, and then a different setting for the pages. And we can even do CSS in each one of them to kind of tweak them a little bit. But just to get everybody's opinion right now, what do you think of this template that we're using right now? I like it. You can read it better than a lot of the darker ones, and it seems pretty standard. So I don't know if people like this. We may go with it and then kind of tweak some of the things. Like I want some things in red, highlighted in red, that don't. I want some of the headings to maybe be a little bit different. And then I would like
my only critique would be that the text be a little darker on the because the background's got sort of the parchment look to it, which I love.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be a little darker, just a little bit.
Well, and if you notice, all right, I'm going to take you guys into the Adventures and Aired, and let's go to the Adventure series, and I'll show you the difference of a few things here. So,
okay.
For now, let's look at Epi's. All right, Epi has been doing C1 Mortality of Green, and when I go in to read, actually, it's not even in that section. If you look and see how they have the editor, front cover, all the credits there, they are in a light color, and I don't like that at all. I think it's hard to read.
Which one? Which part of that?
Well, the top part, I just got rid of it. But you know what I mean?
It's too close to. It's just too. Yeah. See, I like that black. I think that's great.
Yeah. Let me get back to it. So what I did was Adventures and Aired, and we'll go here. Yeah, exactly, Douglas. I want to show you what I mean. Like on C6, I think I fixed that. So now you can see where I changed the CSS just on this page, but it's all black in the credits. And I think that looks better.
Yeah, I like that.
And so we'll be able to I can make that sort of a global change once we go on. But if you guys have any feedback or any thoughts on that sort of thing, let us know. And by the way, we're going to do a giveaway today. It's a $20 credit at the store. So a little bit later on, we'll run that for about 5 minutes near the end. So you have to listen to me ramble on for a little bit longer before we do that. Otherwise, you'd all be gone. And then we'll move on to wrap up after that. We'll make sure we get that in, Chuck. And Chuck, if you want to, if you get to the point where you want to run it, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll tell you when to run it. But I know not to just cancel it right after, because sometimes Steve doesn't always know when we're running it, and so he'll end up canceling it or wanting to close out the show before we've actually run the 5 minutes on it. So we're all learning crap, All right, take care, Wayne. Thank you.
Buddy.
All right, see you.
I'm gonna pop the Kickstarter, but the World Anvil link out there for you guys. That's a link to our Discord. We have a World Anvil chat in there. If you've not joined that channel or the Discord, please join. That is the hub of communications for our community, and probably will be forever as far as voice communications go, because it works really well. We have a dedicated channel in there for World Anvil. Please hop in and give us suggestions and just help us, make this thing look cool, because we want it to be really useful. I used it last night in my game, and it worked out great. I typed in, I'll be honest with you, I love the Darkenfold, but I don't have it memorized like Stephen Chanel. He probably mumbles it in his sleep, but I don't do that. Probably has it tattooed on him. I don't know. But anyway, I had to look up about Alice last night. I just typed in Alice. Boom, I had everything I needed. I didn't have to go to PDF and keep clicking and clicking and clicking. It was right there. So it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, actually, you guys know, you're familiar with Archer? You know how Pam has all that on her back? That's how Steve has the beginning of the Andanuth kind of tattooed in the back of his back. As a bonus, you get Chantel after dark most nights. Yeah, exactly. Chantel's there.
She's one of our late night mods. Sure.
Well, thank you, Douglas. But I would say that I'm sort of in between Steve and Chuck on technology. I embrace it. I like technology. I don't always use it. I use what works for me. It took me a long time to get used to Discord, but I love the immediacy of it. I like once I figured out the @mentions. So if you guys have a question or a comment on this stuff and you put it in the discussion, I'm @TimTrollLord, I think.
Yeah.
Just
yep.
do an @mention on me, and that'll go into my thing, and I'll actually see that because I get a little notification. I don't always see the whole feed, but now I know to go look for something. Then it makes it much easier for me to figure out what to do.
And I might change my name and put that troll in front of it too. It'd be good that way they can
you
catch
should,
on.
If you don't care. Yeah, it would just keep things sort of linear. I tried to do that with Jason as well, because Jason's on there. And
we can change the nicknames. So
okay, yeah,
we can make you. We can make. Actually, you can make Steve Stick Boy if you wanted to. But that's here to there.
That's old school, man.
Yeah, Moondog, Tim does do a great job. He has taken this by the horns. He's done great with it. It's been awesome.
Well, really thank you for all of that. I need as much ego stroking as I can get. If I run a game, yes, you do. Okay, so yeah, I am caught between Scylla and Charybdis. All right, so we talked a little bit about the layout. I would like to get your guys' feedback. Feel free to tell me what you think. If you'd like to see something different as we go through, mention it over on Discord. That's going to be the best place for me to find it. Or you can email me at tim@trollord.com. Let me just put that in here because I do... emails come into me. If you don't know this about me, I control the Tim@TrollLord, the product support at TrollLord, and those both come to me. So if you send something there, it stays in my inbox and haunts me until I take care of it. So my inbox is empty, right? And my wife, God love her, she has over 7,000 emails in her email, but I go through mine every minute of every day, clean out crap. So I will get it if you guys have something that you need to get to me. All right. So the other big thing was in discussing with Steve the other day, we were talking about the World of Air, And for those that aren't familiar with the world of Aird, it is Steve's creation, and this has been his baby. And he has created all of this. And I'm going to take you to the map of the world of Aird first. And you're going to see that little part right over here called the Landsversal. It's the only thing that has a marker on it. We started talking about the fact that this world is so gigantic. The only part that Steve has had time to do has been the lands of Ursel. So it's been a little bit of an education for me and everybody that's been working on it to realize that, okay, we have the world of Aird, but not much is populated in the world of Aird yet. See, H. Rao Garth, thank you very much for stopping by. So we have the world of Aird, but most of it's in the lands of Ursel. So how to present that? I'm probably going to change some wording in the top here so that people can know that that's where to start searching. But what we did is we backed everything out to Atlas of Aird, Adventures in Aird, NPCs in Aird. But if you break it down, the next tree is actually Adventures in the lands of Ursel. And if we have, like, when we put in, the only other part that's really populated is Haunted Highlands. If we do Adventures in Haunted Highlands, that would have its own little section as well. Party on Garth. I like that. So I'm thinking, Steve, actually, we talked about this. We're just going to remove Aird from the end of all of these, and it would just say Atlas. Because it is Aird. We should know it's the world of Aird. So after I did this, I thought, I'm going to yank all of those. So it'll just say Atlas of Aird. And then if they have a drop down, like Adventures of Aird is in another section, that'll be there. The NPCs of in Aird.
That's good. That's good. There's no need for redundancy.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even notice that.
But if you go to the Cosmos, those are just going to show up right away because that concerns all of Aird. It controls all of Aird. And so there may be a few issues that I haven't quite cleaned up in here yet. But like I said, Steve knows this world better than I do or anyone. So he'll help us clean that up. Since we were on 2 weeks ago, we've rearranged this stuff. We've finished a few more adventures. I think C1, I don't think Epi's in here today, but he was adding some images. C2 is done. Wayne finished all of his. I think there's some linking to do, but you know, don't shoot us on that today yet. Then I finished up C3. C6 is done, and so we still haven't exactly figured out how we're going to be, if this is the final way to do the adventures, but those are some things you can go in and look at now, see what you think. Oh, Epi was here? Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I know we're doing this, and I promise you guys, when I get back to Maine in April, I will have good internet, and I can do this at 8, 7, whatever works best for people that are interested in what we're doing. I don't mind. My wife won't mind. She'll probably be asleep because it'll be late, and she's a early to bed kind of person. All right, so
we got a question from Moondog in there.
Yeah, hold on a second. Was there ever a discussion about doing columns to match the books? No, we honestly didn't. I think some of the templates do have a double column. But the problem is when you need to take it from here to there and render it, then you have to make it single line, and then it'd have to go back to double line. There's no real good way for me to copy and paste all that in there. That's a lot of work. I tend to like the single line myself because then I can intersperse the pictures in it, and it would probably just need some CSS ruling in there. I mean, they have 3 columns here, so I'm sure we could do it. But you know, this is something that people should holler here or on Discord and let me know what your opinions are on it. We could do some things in triple columns. We could do some things in double columns. But for me, I'm just real simple, straight across the line. I'm happy. But let me know what you guys think. Now let's take you through the peoples of Aird. The Peoples of Air has basically been done. We have the giants, the cloud giants, the fire giants. Let's take a look. I actually haven't seen all of this because I've been working on other sections. But the nicest thing that we're doing is, and this will be done everywhere, hopefully. You have the cloud giants, but now you want to read the fire giants. You don't have to go back to the world page. You're just going to do the next and previous. Now, this is a pain in the tuchus to do. Wayne, who can't hear us right now, but he's the one that, I mean, we all have to do this, so it's kind of a drawback. But now you can kind of go back and forth. Chuck, you had an idea, basically, right, about maybe doing a little menu on each one. But, you know, if you, the only problem with that is, let's say you go to the Darkenfold locations, you got like 100 of them. And so you'd have to have a list of 100 of them out there.
What do you mean?
Okay, so look here. So if you go to the Atlas of Erd and then go to the Cradle of the World, Lands of Ursel, go to the Darkenfold region, and then locations. You see all of those?
It's give it a second to catch up on the stream.
Yeah.
Right now I'm looking at Frost Giants.
Oh, wow. We are laggy.
Oh, that's the stream. Yeah. See, we're talking in real time. I mean, you are. So
right.
They're going to hear it
a few seconds later, but I even the images.
Okay, so it's getting there. It's now you're on the codex index thingamajig.
Okay.
So so going to locations is what you're saying.
And then if you wanted to have a list of everything on each one of these, so you could.
Oh no, I wasn't. That's not what I was talking about. I was going to treat it like
a what?
Icon to let you know whether or not there's something special there, adventure, or perhaps a lair, or perhaps some sort of myth, lore. It's very just a very 4 or 5 icons, and that's it.
Well, yeah, okay, all right. I see what you're saying. Okay, this is actually another conversation you and I had though about. Let's say I hit Barrel Wood, and the only one you can go to next is Battle Mound, but you can always just use this search right up here. If you guys notice,
last night
there's always a search, and so like if you wanted to do Alice be tokeless. Alice doesn't live here anymore. Oh, Moondog, it's good stuff, man. So now you can actually see anything that comes up with the references of Alice. So you got the settlement, you got the image, the map, basically. Well, it's coming up as the image because it's in line. So there you go. You're ready to go with that. I love it being there. And see, here's another problem with this format that we've got, the layout. You see how that red line is, and then go to World of Erd homepage? It's hard to see that. It should be in black or white, maybe.
Now, is that part of the CSS?
That's part of the CSS. This is their default CSS that goes in there.
What we want to do is maybe get that code and just customize it.
Yeah, we'll just change but I have to figure out if that's a header or whatever that is. It takes a little bit of doing. But,
I got you.
But we'll figure that out.
Yeah, 'cause I can't read that at all. That's terrible.
Yeah. All right. So then Moondog's added a whole bunch in the peoples. Rom has started adding in the kingdoms of Erd. And so we go into the kingdoms of Ursel, and it will take you through. And he's doing it a little bit different. I'm not sure I love it, but we had this discussion, and I told him to go ahead and do it, where you come through and you, instead of a different category, he's got it as sub-articles, and he had some sort of fancy reason for it, but I don't know what it was. Honestly, I can't remember what he said. But see, if you hit Kingdoms of Ursel, then you have a sub-article of the Kingdoms of Ursel, Kingdoms of Erd, and then the sub of Kingdom of Ursel, and I was thinking that would be a category like the others are. I don't suppose Rom is on here, is he?
He's probably at work.
Okay.
Coding away.
Yeah.
Let me see if he's on here. I can tell you in like 2 seconds though. No, he's not.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I need to have that discussion with him because I like the presentation of it the other way better than this. But anyway, I'll take you to Aachen. and he's removed it because we were working on it a little bit differently. But Steve might have mentioned in another stream that we're actually doing all new banners on top here. All new kingdoms are going to have their flags will be changed. There'll be the banners up there.
Banners, which is excellent.
Yeah, and I thought I had put this one in, but again, he went back to work on it. So maybe here, what we could do is just go take a look. I'll show you guys a little bit of the back end of this, and I can go to articles, and then actually I know there's faster ways to get there, guys, but I just do it. I do it this way because that's my, I don't know, my brain, my OCD wants to do it that way. And guys, stop me at any point. If you have a question, please just holler it out. Chuck is following that, and I'm trying to. So just let us know. So now if I want to go and change the overall banner, not an inline image, I can just go to design. Wrong Tim time. All right, and now I can just choose, and I think I had Aachen up here, and I have like 70 of them because I was trying to get it to fit just right. So let's save the changes, and once that's done, we'll see what that looks like. So when I'm talking, everybody can hear me faster than you can hear Chuck. I really hate that this is delayed like this. You're just going to have to come down here every other way.
I'm coming with the U-Haul.
All right, so now this is the too tall one, but if you refresh, or actually, you don't have to refresh. I had to refresh. You'll see it on there.
It looks really good.
Now I've got it shrunk down on another one of those. I could go through all of those and show you and find the right one. We have like 6 up there that we were testing. Steve, and this comes up with another discussion that
looking really good. Yeah, that looks great. I noticed him he was using one of those banners the other day in one of the streams or something. I noticed something was going on with banners.
Yeah,
that looks great.
Peter's redoing all of these.
That's beautiful.
And so I might be able to find one. One thing I don't like about this is it doesn't show you an image as you're going through. Chuck's getting closer. You're catching up, buddy.
I just had a thing come up that said the stream was buffering.
The latency.
Yeah. For the half man. Douglas, you remember that from last year?
Oh, was that last year at Steve's game?
Yeah, that dude in front of me was playing a halfling, and all he wanted to do was sit and have tea. And so I decided to take my knight and defend him all the way through the whole adventure, much to everybody else's madness. That was a crazy adventure. We had a guy on there, it was like Moondog in my games, tries to play an assassin. Moondog plays assassin on my games, and there was a kid in there trying to do the death attack every round.
Right.
And Steve was like, "Oh, whatever, it's fine.
Let him go." All right, so now you can see here in a second, hopefully, that that's shorter now. One of the things that both Epi and Chuck and Steve are interested in doing is shortening up all our adventure cover screens, and Epi is sort of leading that because it's something that he knows how to do a little bit more of photo manipulation and ratios and all those sort of things. And I like I've said before, I'm not an art guy. If you stripped out all this art, God bless you, Peter, and I just would like it good. Okay, it just takes up space.
He doesn't like art at all. He doesn't like maps.
Now, I like maps. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy maps. But art beyond maps, most of my walls are maps at the condo. I've got maps up everywhere.
Interesting.
But, all right, let's see. Chuck's getting... Okay, so now let's go back, and we're going to show you 2 options on the adventures. And let's go here, Adventure Series, Beyond the Canopy Green. I don't like that. It takes so long to get to it.
While he's doing it, guys, keep in mind, a lot of this format we don't really know where they're going to go with it as to how much automation is going to be in there. So we were talking this morning about it. Right now you can create stat blocks and roll dice and that kind of thing, and they're looking at doing even more with it on down the road. So whatever format our adventures take may end up being more automated on down the road and being able to be used through a World Animal to run games. We just, other than just reference, we just don't know yet.
Right. Yeah. So we're trying to stay ahead of this and trying to get where we can with it. All right. So if you can see now, mortality of green, and what Epi has done, and I don't like half of this. I like the idea of having the front and the back, and then if we have a little bit of black in the middle, or we want to put something in the middle and make that standard, then we could have both the front and the back of the cover. Right now, so that's the way Epi would have it, and I like that idea of front and left. Now, but right now, if we go back,
well, it's like I was telling you too, on that PSD, you've got the spine in the middle, so that provides some spacing.
Yeah, I mean, and we do have those, and we can see if it does enough.
Yeah, I just don't know the size of I can't remember what he said the width was. I think it's static, isn't it? Like 1,200 or something. I don't remember.
No, I can't remember either. But now if you go to C6 Ensmeet, or really any of the others, you're going to see what we have. The full front, but no back. But as you know, in selling something or trying to get someone's attention, you want to get to the meat of it. If you have to scroll very far, people lose interest. So that's the only concern that everybody else has about it.
Douglas is hilarious.
Yeah. He, I think that high altitude in Colorado's made him a little bit crazier now. All right, dude. Let's do the giveaway at 12:20. So you're going to start it in like 6 minutes. That sound good?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
That way.
I don't know how long you wanted to do this for today. Last time we talked for like 2 hours or something.
Yeah, I know. Well, I still have to get back to Hardy. Then I have to take my dog to the vet. Then I have to pack for New York. Then I have to get up at whatever and do. So I'm going to keep it to about an hour today if I can, so that I can.
Fine.
I still got another hour and a half to get back to the cabin. So anyway, but we're gonna do that at 12:20. So I will ramble here for a few more minutes before we do that. So we're at C6 Ensmeet, huh?
Yeah. No, you go ahead. I was going to ask Douglas. Do you ever go to CoboCon? Just curious. Or have you been? But anyway, we'll continue, Tim.
All right. So anyway, that's the way the adventures are laid out, and that's where we are. Now, keep in mind, if you're coming to visit this for the first time, I've noticed we've had more viewers than we did in the past. If you are not following us on World of Anvil, World of Aired, please come follow us. You can see there we have 42. I would like to get that up. This eventually will have a monetary value to it. You're going to get all of our books, all of our everything basically is going to be on here at some form or fashion of it. So but for right now it's free, and it's going to be free all the way through February. So if you follow us, you'll be able to get everything free on there at least through February, maybe March, depending on how part of March, depending on how long it takes me to get everything done. Well, not me. Keep in mind, and I should point all this out. Keep in mind, we have all these people up here in the editorial team that is really doing the heavy lifting. I'm just kind of pointing right and left and doing a little bit of stuff and managing. But these are the people like Scott and Donta and Big and Whistle. That's Derek, right?
It's Daniel.
Daniel. I'm sorry, Daniel. And then Perry and Rom and Jacob.
Good.
Ellis and then Wayne.
Yeah.
George. Don't tell me. Keith. And then Chris, Moondog, and then Epi.
No, he's known as Paco for now on. After last night's
game, yeah?
He's no longer Epi. He's Paco.
He's Paco? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, that's cool. Well, Epi. So, yes, Emperor Tim. That's me. I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So Steve is the one who sits on the elephant's back. I kind of sit on the donkey's ass.
Yeah, and then I come behind with a shovel and shovel the shit.
Right, and just
that's my job.
Yeah, because there's a lot coming out. Let me tell you. But so anyway, it is not just I tend to use words like I and me and everything, but I have very little, honestly, to do with this. I have an idea of where I want it to be, but everybody else is working hard to make this happen. So thank you all for doing that. If you're on here today, thank you very much. And if you're not, give them the credit and the blame. No, I'll take the blame. You can give them the credit. So, all right, what else do we want to talk about? I want to show, let's see, what else is new in here? The Divine Orders, I think, is new since the last time. We've got all of the Divine Orders sort of laid out.
Every time I check the page, there's something new every day, it seems like, for me.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's kind of working on their part, trying to get these in.
What have we got going on? Well, talk about the Divine Orders first. And then.
Well, I was just kind of just listing them out. I mean, we still need to get all of these into their own singles. And I believe this is what Keith was working on, and Wayne's going to be helping out on, because it's a large amount of things to
that is a lot,
do.
Yeah. That's great, man. I'm telling you, I can't wait till we have our own Deities book out.
I know.
Weird.
That'll be not too long in the near future, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. So I think it's time. Run the raffle while I get a drink of water, and I'll be right back.
All right.
I shall be returned.
Let's do this, guys. Go ahead and type in raffle if you want to join. Ride the elephant and blame the Davis. That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh, yeah. All right.
What I was going to say was, what have we got going on that's not on there, that's upcoming as far as non-adventure stuff that we're working on? I know. Oh, well, tell them about.
You froze. Tell them about what?
The block, big thing.
Sorry, I lost you.
Monsters of Aird.
Oh, the Monsters and Treasure of Aird.
That's the next thing coming up that's not on the list right there. I'm talking about stuff that's being worked on that's not on the.
Oh, that's not on the list? Well,
yeah, MT&A, right?
Right.
That's the big one.
That's the big one. We have the Player's Guide. There's going to be some stuff in there that we're going to take. We still haven't even put all of the Andanuth up here, which, you know, is the first part of the Codex of Aird. That historical stuff should be in there in some form or fashion. I would love to see that in there. Steve has some more fiction that we're going to be adding just for you guys to read and enjoy. I'm pressing him hard to write more of Ava and what is his name? Drawing a blank. But I love that series, and we can find out real quick because I can go there. We have it on World Anvil right now. So if you want to read more of the fiction in Aird, I split it up so that you can get into the short fiction. It starts with a Houseless God. Steve will tell you that they're not linear. You don't have to go from 1 to 2, from Houseless God to Mirrored Soul. They do sort of follow that. I would go in there and take a look at those. Of Uric Gunshoth. And a Houseless God is probably my favorite of the 4 there. Then you've got the Mirrored Soul. But he's got maybe 20 more of these that we haven't put out there yet. We've still got to edit them and get them in layout and stuff. But some smaller fiction pieces that I really love that are in there. Yeah, Uric, thank you, Steve.
We need like a short story book or whatever.
Huh?
We need a what is it called? A compilation or whatever.
Yeah, compilation, compendium. Well, we have these in two little parts here. Oh, look at that. And Ava. Yeah, it's Ava, not Ave. Oh gosh. Okay, so sometime when I've had a few drinks and we're doing this late at night, I'm going to tell you guys how I started working for Steve and editing stuff, and how it was an adventure in the beginning between the two of us. A pop-up book. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, this is kind of like a pop-up.
Who said pop-up book?
That was Doug. But I tell you, this to me is like a pop-up book. I really enjoy the way this goes because it kind of brings everything to life as opposed to just reading, left or right. You can jump around, grab what you need, do what you need, and really that's kind of where we're going with this is allowing people to take a look at the world, see the world. But when we get to the MTA, we may be doing, you're going to be getting information that you can grab and use somewhere else, do other things with.
So, does nobody want the raffle? I've only got 3 people in the raffle so far.
Wow.
20-some people here. Yeah.
I got 21 viewers at least going, so hey, that's going to be good.
It's $20.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Can I enter it?
Point raffle. I mean, it's all good, but
yeah,
you're going to allow Douglas to take it all.
Yeah,
I mean, not that that's a bad thing.
Well, no. Bad for everybody but Douglas. And Avenue the Ranger.
They are awesome.
Gun show off.
Oh, Lord, Avenue the Ranger. That's funny.
All right. Well, while we're waiting for this to end, the raffle to end and give it away, I wanted to thank everybody for showing up and seeing this. But seriously, if you have questions or comments about this, get in our Discord. Let's get you going with the conversation. You can get in there, talk to me, talk to Chuck, talk to all these developers. They're all in the channels, yeah, it's right there. How long did it take me to figure out?
Yeah, you're not in, Chantel. You got to do that. You got to hurry.
It's an exclamation point raffle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, it said stopped.
Hold on a minute.
Can we open it back up?
Paying attention.
It's all the people that I paid to come to turn the stream on, so it looked like we have more viewers, but they're not really paying attention. So.
All right, put some more in. Go ahead and redo yours, guys, real quick.
Yeah, everybody,
Chantel,
redo it, and we can certainly get some more time going here because I wanted to.
I've got everybody else in there. He keeps everybody.
Oh, does it?
Okay. Open it up real quick.
Well, yeah. I wanted. Is Bake in here? I don't think Bake is.
I don't know if Bake's in here or not. That's lazy. What time is it?
It's what? He's in Arizona?
No, he works for Arizona, but he lives in Ohio.
Oh, okay. So he's on Eastern time.
Yeah.
So
Discord, I'm sure.
Anyway, I wanted to give him a huge shout out. A thank you for helping us set up something. Now, this is not for public consumption yet. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to be doing this, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a preview of this. I don't know if you've watched Steve's Tricks of the Trade, the Twitch channel, or you get the newsletter. If you don't get the newsletter, you should be getting the newsletter. Yes, he works for Arizona Tea. Isn't that what he does? He drinks tea for a living.
Who?
I mentioned Arizona, and Mage said he works for Arizona Tea.
Yeah, I'm out of the screen. Okay, I was like, Bake doesn't drink tea. I don't think he drinks beer, but I don't think he drinks tea.
No. We're still Dr. Pepper all the way, except for I don't drink Dr. Pepper. I drink water. Or
I'll tell you what I
seltzer
want.
Water.
Pete in England, he gets Dr. Pepper Zero. And I want some of that so bad I can't stand it.
Really? Yeah.
I love Coke Zero and Sprite Zero. Way better than Diet. Way better. But really what I want ultimately is what you've got. I was going to talk to you about that later today.
The Soda Stream?
Yeah. We want to get one, I think.
I'll show you. They're wonderful for just making seltzer water and adding stuff. I've been
buying like just regular seltzer water and adding like Crystal Light to it or whatever,
Yeah. But then again, you're just putting, different preservatives and stuff in there. It's if you'll just get the fizzy water and do the Soda Stream, I add a little bit of lemon lime, or I take I've taken some tart cherry 100% juice and boiled it down to a little bit more of a concentrate, and then I just put a little bit of that in there, and it gives it a nice sort of cherry flavor. Did the same with cranberry lime. And so, you know, there's all sorts of options that we'll get to. But anyway, let me get back to Scott.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I ramble all over the place.
Not as bad as the elephant.
That's true. That's true. Now, but Scott has been helping us with the searchable, sortable database of all the tricks of the trade. Turns out so far we have 180 something of them. So you're going to see up on your screen here in a few minutes a crude banner because I just wanted something to test for where I'm going to be putting something. And then here it is. Now I do not love the header here. I'm going to do some CSS on that.
There he is.
Hey man, there he is. Man, I really appreciate all the help. I basically did a JS query.
Oh yeah, this is going to be big, guys. When you get done with it. Can't wait.
Figured out how to get all this in there, but I could not get it to. It would just be one single line of each trick, and it would go off the side of the page. But it was a pain. And then I couldn't get it to sort correctly, and there were all sorts of little problems. So I'd be working, I'll go, oh, thanks, man, I appreciate it. And then about 2 hours later, I'd be, hey, Bake, do you know how to do it? And every time he knew exactly what to do. I'm reasonably good at web design. I'm reasonably okay with CSS. You get me into jQuery, Blackmage, my brain goes crazy. Yeah, you basically did. I mean, you rewrote this thing because we needed to have it sort of tweaked. But now you can see we started out on August 18th. I'll do this. And now you can see the last one we did was 2/5 of 20. After this week, the ones that we do on Thursday will be in there.
Let me ask you a question. Without you may throwing rocks at me, particularly you, Bake, can we add columns to that?
He said if we do, we are going to have a problem with display 0. No, with row 0 because we had to make that the date one. No, it can be done, but it's. Well, what are you thinking?
My only problem with this is, you know what I'm probably getting at, right? Having them numbered.
Well, why do you need them numbered? You froze.
And Steve numbered.
No, he numbers them 1 through 5.
Right.
But that's by a particular date that they're done or theme. But for instance,
right. So what I'm saying is, instead of a date over there, have whichever one that is. If that's GMTT number 1, and it would have that out to the left, not the date.
Oh no.
That's all I'm saying.
No.
Because people ask me all the time, hey, can I get the tips for trick number whatever? And I'm like,
well, no. But see, they're 1 through 5. If they ask you for if they ask you for number 3 on whatever, they need to know the date. If they just put in the date, then they're going to know the 5 that were done that day.
Right, but most people don't know the date. They just know the title.
That would be the theme, and that's the theme right there.
Okay.
And you can do theme.
So maybe put a number after the theme, like changing stride number 5, number 7, whatever. No.
Because as I scroll through here, only 2 have adventures because for a while we weren't doing themes. See at the table, you've got that was something I set up because those are questions that are specifically at the table because we didn't have a theme for it. But beginning of a game, big games, bonuses, campaigns, and some of these are going to have like 20 because we did let's say I think treasure was done on several different days. So you may have 2, 3 numbered treasures. So anyway, no.
Is there a menu somewhere?
For what?
So if I don't know anything about them, then I don't know which ones to look for. What if I'm interested in something?
What are you interested in?
Do I have to scroll through all of those to find which ones they are?
What are you interested in?
Say if I wanted to look up something on, I don't know, monsters and dungeons.
Anything that has, so I just typed in dungeons in the search, and anything that has the word dungeons anywhere on this thing. Douglas.
Yeah, Douglas, you're funny.
Yeah, you're funny.
You know how I think, though? Okay, that's all I was curious about, how searchable it was. You know what I mean? Because
every single word is in there. So if you wanted, let's say you wanted to, because a lot of times let's put NPCs in, right? I started because I had to go back and read these because sometimes the title may be characters, but it really is about how characters relate to NPCs. So you know what I mean? So now you have to. So I had to change the theme to characters and NPCs so that people could find those easier. So they'll be tweaked a little bit. But
it's a shame we couldn't do like tags. You know what I mean? And then if you just type in a tag and it brings it up. That'd be kind of neat.
Okay, so we're not going to look at this anymore, Chuck. This was a lot of work, and it looks great. And you hush now.
I'm just thinking out loud. That's all. You know how my brain works.
Yes, I do. So you think out loud, but keep it to yourself. No, it works fine. It's got everything it needs.
No, that's good. I'm not complaining at all. I'm always looking to improve from the consumer's point of view.
Right.
And
to me, I think if I wanted to come in and I wanted to say, as people ask me, they'll say, can I get last week's or whatever? Now they can just go right here. If they wanted to know what something is, this has every single one, and it's always going to have every single one of them in it.
Yeah, no, that's good.
For right now, it's just
my only criticism, it doesn't have my pretty graphics in there though. But I mean, that's fine.
I'll
deal with it.
Yeah. You'll be fine. Yeah, we're not going fancy on this. This is all about the table.
Steve slipped me a 20 to give you hell today.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you 25 to not.
You want to pick this winner?
Yeah, you got somebody?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see who it is. Here we go. Drum roll. Look, I would want tip numbers as well. I would want to scroll through that thing I wasn't looking for. See? See?
But do you know what you're looking for? If you know what you're looking for, you put it in the search.
Looks like Mage won. Good job, Mage.
Hey, congratulations, Mage.
I don't think you're going to hear this, though, because I'm not streaming. I just played my applause for you.
Oh, here. There we go.
So, Mage, message me in Discord.
Yeah, and I'll get you the thing. Congratulations, Mage. All right. So anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're going to go back to the original show, World Anvil. Oh look, we've got a new follower since we had a few minutes ago. So thank you for whoever just followed us. We appreciate that.
Steph Styles Art, thank you for the follow. I think that's the most recent one.
Okay. All right.
I don't trust OBS, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, we still have a long way to go on this thing. As you know, and everybody's been working on this, the proof is in the pudding, and we're still getting there. But we have a ton of adventures, we have a ton of monsters, we have a ton of deities, we have kingdoms, and all of that goes in here. And we will get there. Less info, more bickering. Yeah, well, we could do that. But anyway, all of this is going in, and we've got plenty of things that are going to be added, and all going to be linked. More art, more galleries. So stick with us, guys. We're going to get this, and we're going to make it better every week with everybody's hard work. Now, I will show you what I had just started doing. So if you look at the map of the Darkenfold Forest, keep in mind we're not going to stay with these markers, but I've basically mapped all of Darkenfold. Anything that is in there is in the book is in here. I just started doing Austrag, which Wayne had finished up for us, and that is in the southeast Ursel. So all these maps will eventually look like Darkenfold did. And what you'll be able to do is click on the map. I need to set the reference so that doesn't go up. I only have put in 2 so far, but all of these have entrance in there, so you'll be able to click on, like, say, the Ons River, and then the Ons River will come up, and if there are links in there, it's going to take you to that, this was Wayne's doing. He did a really good job on getting those links in there.
Yeah, he did. Wow.
So now if I want to go to the Growsome land, it's going to take me there to Euphrates River. I mean, this is where I think the coolness factor comes in 100%. And then if you're playing in the world and you want to go somewhere, or you're just reading, it's all going to be right there for you. And for me, I love maps, and so I just like the idea that I can click through here. It's like kind of like being on Google. I'm interested in something, it'll be there. Well, thank you very much.
I agree, Postman. It's great, man.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Well, everybody's been doing a great job. Let's see what's he saying, that the pin snippets information does not show article snippets. So if you want the article snippet and pin snippet to be the same, that's exactly what I've been doing. Black Mage. So again, and that's why I wasn't working on these. I waited for Wayne to finish the articles, and then what I do is I go to the map and I go, okay, Ons River, it's in. I find it. I copy like the first 2 lines. I put it over in the snippet, and then we move on from there. And that's what I did with this one, which you can see a little bit better because it's got everything in it. Like the Lake of Nut, you'll see the very beginning of it has the little bit, and then you click on it, and it's going to give you the full article. And then if it's got a link to an adventure or to anything else, we'll be putting those in as well. All right, before we go, I'll put it out there. Any other questions, anyone? I know we've been going on now for over an hour, and I have to get back in the car pretty soon. But anything else? Anybody shout them out?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, guys, we've got about, I think, 10 hours left on this first Kickstarter with James Ward, the Metamorphosis Alpha, Doom of the Warden, and our buddies over at Frog Eye Games. They're doing Swords and Wizardry limited collection box sets, which are really nice. So check out those 2 Kickstarters. We all try to support each other as a community, and they're good people, man. We just did that one for James, the one we did the CNC for the whole kit and caboodle warden. So that's an adventure right there, which looks
pretty exciting.
So check it out.
Yeah.
Get a chance. Pretty good stuff.
All right. Well, if no one has anything else, I think we'll shut her down. I really appreciate you guys coming. We will do this one. I might do one next week once I get back from New York. I might go down and see Steve, and if I have a little bit more time. If not, I may come here, or it'll be 2 weeks. But we'll put it out on the internet and let you know. Real quick reminder: Steve Tricks of the Trade on Twitch is tomorrow night at 8. Usually was at 1
p.m. Central.
So 8 p.m. Central. So we'd love to have you guys come out and watch that. And it'll be a later time, so maybe we'll get a few more people.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a good night tomorrow night. It'll be fun.
I hope so. And then
you won't be there.
No, I will not. I will sadly be on the road, but or I will be actually at the Lumineers concert, I think. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks, guys. No problem.
Appreciate it. Have a
Thanks for coming out, man. We really appreciate you guys' support. Really,
definitely.
seriously.
Yeah. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.